I'm going to be exposing my 3 sources of income with GoHighLevel. Now, I'm also one of the top affiliates, and we have a huge community of hundreds and hundreds of people, but I'm not going to mention that. In this video, we're going to specifically talk about the services and the offers that we have for local business owners. And I promise you, the third one you most likely have never heard of. This is something no one talks about in this space. We are taking these pre-built templated websites and we are actually renting it to local business owners. Yes, not selling, but renting websites to local business owners for anywhere from $500 to $1,500 per month. And these local business owners are staying on and paying continually to use this website. And this becomes an asset that you own. So let's dive in and I'll explain exactly what I mean. Let's dive in. First one, as you may have guessed, is SaaS. I'm not going to get too far in depth here because I've talked about this at length. What we offer, how we pitch it, how we sell these services, all that. Now, everything that we offer is going to be at this plan right here at $297 or $300 per month for the SaaS. I'm talking review campaigns, lead follow-up, automations, appointment booking, all that stuff is going to be in here. And by the way, when I say appointment booking, it's automatic. We send people to a funnel where they book appointments. We don't have someone in there booking appointments, so it's fully automated. And to be honest, because I work in one niche, all this stuff is copy paste, so I don't need to charge so much for it because it's not custom. Plus, you can also hire a GoHighLevel expert or a performance marketer to handle all this for you. You can pay him $400 or $500 per month to work for you full time and set all of this up for clients. That's exactly what I do. They get the client set up, integrated, and then they're good to go. So you don't need to charge a ton of money for this. That's the first service. And honestly, we mainly use it as a downsell. The second service we offer is marketing agency services. So everything from Facebook ads to Google ads. This is where we create ads and we run ads online for local business owners and help them scale their business by helping them get new leads and new customers into their company. This is the main driving force for a lot of our clients. As you can see here, this client is absolutely crushing it. And as you can see here, with Facebook alone, they're bringing in a ton of revenue and they are more than happy to continue paying month in and month out. This is also a high ticket service. So for SaaS, it's $300 a month. If they want to do ads, it's $1,500 per month. That is our service fee. That does not include ad spend. We typically require they spend $50 a day on ads, right? So on Facebook ads or on Google ads, so we can maintain and manage that budget. And we also don't really charge the other $300 for the SaaS on top of the $1,500. It just comes packaged. If they ever want to pause or cancel for whatever reason, then we downsell them and we just keep them on the SaaS plan instead of doing the leads. And the best part about this is everything is already integrated during our onboarding. So when we continue charging them $300 a month to continue using all these services, the reviews, the DR, all that stuff, then they're already onboarded, so it takes no more work and no more effort for us. Also, real quick, if you want our client getting scripts, our client getting strategies, our outreach, DMs, literally everything A to Z, then you can go ahead and check out the free course in the description. If you want all of our snapshots imported into your account, I'm providing all of that. It's completely free. If you don't have a HighLevel account, then you can sign up for a free 30-day trial down below, and I will give you access to everything, sales call recordings, additional services that you can actually offer, how to sell those services, and how to charge high ticket. Everything is in there. So let's dive back into the video. And for the third service, I would rent websites like this by taking a template, optimizing it a little bit for a specific niche. I would hire a content writer to fill this up with all organic, natural content, and then I would rent it to local business owners for anywhere from $500 to $1,500 per month. And I'm going to explain to you exactly how I did that and why that makes sense, and even how I found the niches to go after. So this template, as you can see, this is a GoHighLevel template here. So you would have to replace it a little bit. Instead of saying read our newest blogs, it would say review our services below, and then we would have a bunch of different services. So I'm going to share with you a quick story of how I got started and how I stumbled upon this business model. And by the way, this right here is a live site that I did this with. He's still a client with me to this day, and he's getting absolutely killer results. We're doing no paid advertising for him, and he's getting 96 calls, as you can see here, in the last 30 days. Again, this is a live client account with real phone calls. He's getting anywhere from 4 to 5, 6, 8 phone calls per day, and he's absolutely crushing it. So when I got started, I used to do SEO. I took an SEO course and I learned how to optimize websites and rank them on Google. The problem back then when I got started was that it was impossible for me to sell SEO services. I was this kid who had pimples on my face, and I would try to meet business owners and I would try to sit down with them and talk business and try to convince them to give me $500, which I was scared to charge back then, or even $1,000 a month, that was very scary for me back then. But it would be so difficult because the pitch was that, hey, I'm going to optimize your website. And by the way, maybe in 5 months, maybe in 6 months, you're going to start seeing leads from it. So the client is paying thousands and thousands of dollars out of pocket to get this website going with no real guarantee that there's going to be leads. And even though over the long term, this is a really good model for a local business, right, to get leads organically without needing to spend money on advertising, it was such a hard sell. So at this point, I started asking myself, what can I do to make my life easier? And I thought to myself, what if I took the normal SEO model where you're getting a client to pay you up front and then you deliver results, because I know I could deliver the results. What if I could flip that on its head? Meaning, what if I could just take a website and then rank it first, start getting leads, and then sell it to a business owner once it's already getting results, just so I can show some proof? Because I didn't really have that many case studies. So I thought, well, why don't I just build my own? And then once it's getting results, then I'll give it away. Meaning I can build an asset, and then once it's working, once it's fully functioning, what if then I can give it away to a client? This way, it would be zero risk for the client. I'm taking all the risk, but I'm also getting all the reward and all the upside because I'm going to own this website fully. So it's kind of like a digital billboard. It's like an online rental property where I'm building it. I own the house. I own the lead source. And sure, it's no risk for the client, but they're renting it. And that's what I get to keep it because I built it and it's mine and I own it. Now, of course, you can't do this in every single industry, but there are a couple that you can. So I started doing this. And in the beginning, I was writing all the content myself. I didn't have any money. I was broke. So I started writing the content myself. I would build these websites. I would put them up. And after they started getting results and after they started getting phone calls, I would call up local business owners and I would ask them if they want to take those phone calls. So as you can imagine, this is a much easier sell than trying to tell them it's going to be 5 or 6 months before they see any results. And after the first couple, I outsourced everything. The entire website build, I basically created a template that I use for every single website. And so all I had to do is get a virtual assistant that would put together the template. And by put it together, I mean duplicate it. And then I had a content writer. I would pay him a couple $100. They would give me thousands and thousands of words of content. I would give that to my virtual assistant. They would paste it into a website template like I just showed you here. And then that would be it. We would get it verified and we would get it placed on Google. And the way I would find these niches and the way I would find these businesses to work with, I'll show you right here. So I would just Google a niche like this, right? So you have landscaping, Las Vegas. I would just scroll down and see that these are top dogs. These guys are very difficult to compete with. Here's another niche, roofing Las Vegas. They have so many reviews and it's going to be very difficult to try to get a website and rank it in this section. However, I started looking up more micro niches like this. We have chimney repair in Las Vegas. Now, as you scroll down, you'll notice a big difference here, right? These guys have 20 reviews, 4.2 stars, 14 reviews, 17 reviews. There's a big difference between these guys and these roofers who are getting 150 reviews, right? And the thing is I would go after these micro niches and I would look up what the search volume is of that keyword, meaning how many people are actually searching for this service. So right here, chimney repair Las Vegas, I go into this tool right here. I would see that the volume is about 20. So 20 people a month, not bad. Again, this is give or take. It's not exact. And then I would also look at similar keywords to that. So people that need a chimney repair, okay, is it even profitable? So I started Googling average chimney repair profit and so forth. And then I would go into websites like this. I would see how much it costs. And then I would notice that even getting a chimney build would be like $10,000. And so I would find these little niches that no one thought about. Okay, chimney repair, chimney building, chimney sweep. That would be another niche that I would notice in the search like this. And then when I look that up, okay, so now we're talking, right? Chimney sweep right here has about 70 search volume, meaning about 70 people are searching this up. So if you combine chimney repair, chimney sweep, chimney builds, then this could be a very profitable niche website, and it could end up getting a ton of phone calls like my client right here. And we can do it with relative ease because we don't have these top dogs that roofing or landscaping has. So I would go in, I would build this out, and I would actually look at the competitors too. So for example, let's say I pulled this up, right? These are local business owners. I would open up a website like this one, and this is the #1 ranked person, as you just saw in the maps there. And I would just look at the content, and I would just do 1.5 to 2x more content than he did. So if he had 1,000 words on his homepage, I would do 2,000. If he had, 3 service pages, I would do 5 or I would do 6 service pages. So I would just try to outdo this website in every single way. If he had 20 reviews, I would do my best to get even more reviews. And you're probably wondering, well, how are you going to get reviews? So I would then reach out to clients and I would say, hey, I'm building this website. I'm working on this website. You don't have to pay me anything for it. It's not done. But when it starts getting leads, I'm going to work with you exclusively and I'm going to send it to you. So again, we're building a partnership. You don't have to pay me anything right now. And I'm going to do it all on my own dime. And then if it works, you're just going to profit from the leads. Does that sound good? And that was a much easier sell, so that I was able to use that business owner's information and I was able to, get some reviews from that business owner, and he was able to help me build these websites out. And then after they started coming in, you can see the volume. Do you think it would be hard to take one of these websites and then rent it for $500 or $1,500? No, of course not. I work with clients now and we charge $1,500 per month just as our service fee. Then they have to spend another $1,500 on Facebook or on Google. They get a crazy amount of search volume and they get crazy amounts of leads for a very low price of just $1,500, which is half of what they would be paying an agency to run ads. And again, not every single niche is going to have this much search volume where it's like 70. Some might have 170, some might have 270, but I liked going after the ones that are low competition and also lower search volume. Because again, if someone can make $10,000 from a chimney build, I don't need that many leads. And let's take a look at what that looks like right here. So as we scroll down, so not many reviews, and we can definitely go in here and potentially get a Google My Business inside this map pack. And even if I can get them, honestly, look, this says 20, but if I can get them 10 or 5 leads and they close 1 or 2, then that's still so worth it. They just made $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 from my website. So charging $1,000 or $1,500 is very, very easy. In the beginning, I would also charge per lead. So I would get this website, I'd work on it. My expenses were the content, maybe the hosting, and then I would also activate Yext, which is on here. So if you go under reputation, you go under listings, you can see Yext here. So this is a local directory. So you can activate it for $60 a month. And I would activate this Yext. Now I was doing this before HighLevel actually. So I went to Yext directly. Now you can do it within HighLevel and it's actually cheaper inside of HighLevel. So now we do this inside here. So I would take this and we would activate all these different backlinks and directories and all that. And it's all done for you. See, it creates a Yelp page, creates Yellow Pages, Yellow, Moxie, Yandex, Yahoo. I don't even know half of these, but it creates the pages for us, which help you get up here. And once we're ranked, we're getting leads. And once the client is getting too many leads, they would most likely want to switch from the pay per lead fee to a flat fee per month. And then you can transition them to $1,000 or $1,500 per month. And one of the best things with this model is that the client can't really leave, right? Because you own the website and you are his lead supplier. He's paying you to access this website and get all the leads that are coming in from it. So he's renting it the same way he would rent a billboard to get results. If for whatever reason he wants to stop paying you, guess what? You can just call the next guy or the third guy and you can say, hey, I have a website that's getting 20 leads guaranteed. Do you want to take those leads, right? You're getting them. These are inbound leads like this to your website. And then I would hit up local business owners. I even sent them the leads for free for a couple of days just so they could see that I'm the real deal. And then I would rent the entire website.